Mardi Gras, Super Bowl, Bourbon Street, food, music, and all that jazz. That's what people think of when they think of New Orleans. Hi, I'm John Gerhardt, pastor in the central city of New Orleans, a place that the tour buses avoid, but a place that we call home, a place that's rich in heritage and relationships. But I wish the buses would come and people could see the transformation that's taking place in the neighborhood, how God is using the power and presence of Jesus Christ to make a change.
Love you. Thank you.
Come with me today and see how God is using urban impact to bring about a transformation in the central city of New Orleans and how you can be a part of that process. Yep, this is it, the central city of New Orleans.
It is a tough neighborhood, but I just love living here, and the people are awesome.
25,000 people. 80% of the children in this neighborhood live in poverty.
You have drug dealers all around here.
You hear gunshots.
1 out of every 4 homes is abandoned.
Despite the economic circumstances,
I love where I'm from.
people are friendly here.
Average income for a third of the families is $5,000 a year or less.
Dinner.
Tragedy is nothing new to the women in this neighborhood.
Well, I have 7 children that's living here at the moment.
67% of the people don't own a car.
And so within that, this is not necessarily a suburban area where you go home, you kind of park your car in your garage, and then your doors are shut.
That's why New Orleans is called the Big Easy.
You live out here, and the doors are open, you sit on the porch, it's hot outside, it's hot inside.
Everybody just be chilling on their porch.
That's the only thing about New Orleans I don't like, the heat.
You can walk down the street, you can talk to anybody,
So this is where they all hang out?
and they'll all talk to you from their porches. But it's when you get invited up on their porch that you know that you've finally made an impact.
I have decided.
It's like Crystal said, the culture of the porch is unique to New Orleans. It's a place where people gather. It's the hub of the family. In the same way, the church is a porch. It's a gathering place, and it can be the hub of an entire community. It's simple. Every successful business has a business plan, and a successful business plan has a mission statement. Our mission at Urban Impact.
The mission of Urban Impact is to transform the central city of New Orleans
through spiritual development,
Christian community development,
and strategic ministry partnerships.
Spiritual development includes all the things we do here at Urban Impact, including Bible studies, church, adult ministries, youth ministries, discipleship, and also our intern program.
Christian community development is about housing, it's about education, it's about jobs. It's about equipping people to move forward.
The strategy of Urban Impact is to partner with other businesses and ministries because we know that together we'll be more effective in reaching this community.
You know where the van picks you up, right? Picks you up right there. You need to come to Bible study.
Urban Impact Ministry has proven to be a friend and a good collaborative. We have come together to do this work in this central city area.
Urban Impact helped us get started, and now we're partnering to serve the neighborhood.
Urban Impact has made a tremendous impact upon the neighborhood gallery. We are tremendously proud of its involvement in our business.
To rebuild, restore, bring the community back to the people. And there's so much potential here in Central City, and we couldn't do it without Urban Impact.
And we find them to be really a blessing, for real.
It's all about transformation.
I hear about the transformation thing, you hear the mission statement, you hear all this stuff, but what really makes me buy into it, the reason I believe it, is because I've seen the life of Tyrone change. And I've seen that Tyrone's change has impacted other young men who watch Tyrone and other young people who watch Tyrone. And because they're changing now, they're passing that on to other people. And because I see now generations, if you will, spiritual generations being passed on, that's why I believe that this thing really does happen. That if you change one individual, that individual changes a family. That family changes a neighborhood. That neighborhood changes a city. It's an exciting time in Central City.
The Christophs are an example of how we wrote it up, how God gave us a vision that we change folks one person, one family at a time.
Urban Impact Ministries have had a huge impact on my family. Yeah, it started with Tyrone and Jerome.
I was 12 when I was just sitting on my porch.
It really doesn't seem that long ago, and right there, that porch, right there is where I met Tyrone.
He came up to me and just asked me if I wanted to go to this camp called Kids Across America, and just by hearing that it was a Christian sports camp, just hearing the word sports, like, yeah, I would love to do that.
And then we invited him to camp, and as he says, he was sitting on the porch and God came looking for him.
God worked through him, to come talk to me, and that's what started everything, just from that moment.
And that's when God grabbed a hold of him and saved him, and his life started that transformation process.
The rest of the kids just followed suit.
And his family was then touched, and his mom was saved.
It took their mom a while to jump on board, so we all on one accord right now.
Urban Impact Ministry is a youth ministry, basically reaching out to the central city of New Orleans.
We could always attract kids by playing ball, but now God's bringing adults, and they're starting to see that God's got a plan and a purpose for their life.
Singing in the praise team.
Church is great on Sundays.
I enjoy that.
First started 20 or 30, and now we see that, man, we're about almost pushing 100.
Ray's a character. He plays drums for Castle Rock, and now that he loves. You do it all the time. Oh yeah, he gonna do that. All day around the house, he beating on something. You can't pull him away.
It's a lot of fun at church. I enjoy doing it. Have to be up early, but if I love to do it, gotta do what it takes to play.
You change one person, that person then is transformed, and they transform and change a family.
All right, right here, straight love.
And that family starts transforming and changing the hood, the community, and then all once the city changes.
When I was 12, when I first got involved with Urban Impact, I never thought that, I would be taking the kids to camp now, sharing the word at church from time to time to see how God's using me.
That's why it's important.
And now just, to really sit back and see that, wow, I'm doing what John used to do, Scott, Glenn, and all those guys used to do. And it's great just seeing where God's taking me.
I think that other families in the community can benefit from Urban Impact just like I have.
This ministry is an advocate, an ambassador for Christ. And saying, you know what? God has a vision for you. Not to harm you, but to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future.
I just hope people can see just the transformation that has gone through Tyrone and his family.
We do have one ultimate goal, and that is to transform the Central City.
Hi, I'm Alfred Young. I grew up in New Orleans, and I worked with Glenn and John from the very beginning. Praise Hallelujah, my. This has been an incredible vision that has grown a ministry beyond anything we imagined in those early days. The path of Urban Impact has been to transform one family, one person, one neighborhood at a time. Many of you have been a part of that incredible journey. John explained how important porches are to relationships here in New Orleans. The good news is that Urban Impact has outgrown its present porch. We need a bigger porch that will provide a link between people and ministry so that we can accommodate all that God has done and wants to do in and through us for the future. This porch will be a building that will include a full-size high school gymnasium for community events, a school, offices, and a larger sanctuary for the greater work internally that Christ does in the lives of people. What we need is for you to join us in doing two things, praying and giving.
We love the Lord here in Central City.
It's a different neighborhood.
God is transforming this neighborhood.
We're calling you to come alongside of us as we serve God and get to see New Orleans, at least the Central City, changed, and who knows where that'll end up.
Join us, partner with us in praying and giving to this vision that God has honored and continues to honor. God bless.
And it's all about transformation with a capital T.
Well, that's our story. Many of you have been with us on this journey for a long time. We're in hopes others will join us as God continues to use Urban Impact to transform the central city of New Orleans.
That's why we're here, and that's why we're excited about what God is doing.
There's a whole lot of families that God wants to reach out and change.
It's not just working in my life, but it's working in other people's life too.
And not just improve their lives, but give them eternity and give them life. Doing all right? That they've never ever had.
How's that?